using Malang watercolour paints today. We've got a medium-sized brush and we're going to be painting blocks of colour onto the page. It's just a very rough, raggedy kind of block, and not worrying too much about any straight lines, using this lovely green and this vibrant orange and leaving a space in between the colours. So I don't want the colours to touch, I don't want them to merge, so I'm just leaving that white space in between those blocks of colour. Once you've filled your page up with these lovely colouring blocks, you'll need to let that paint dry, and then you'll need to grab yourself a black felt tip pen. I've got a black permanent marker here, and we're going to make some marks in that negative space. So I'm just going up and down in those negative spaces, filling them all up so that they're full of this black felt tip. Really quite fun to do, just ensuring that all of them are full. And then because I've got the black marker here, I've decided to outline my page to create a border. So I've got some acrylic paint, some blue acrylic paint in a squeegee bottle. If you haven't got a squeegee bottle, don't worry. Get a little paintbrush and dip it into your paint. And I'm just putting these dots over that black mark. I just thought that would look quite interesting. Just gives it another dimension. You may choose to not put some marks on, and that's fine. So putting the dots all over those black lines. I've let that layer dry, and then I've grabbed another squeegee bottle with some purple, and I'm just making some shapes just on that paint there. So just putting those little shapes in there. I thought that looked interesting. And then I've got a black fine liner pen, and I'm just going to doodle some little flowers, some little leaf shapes, and just fill those shapes in. So I've got a little doodle book that I've got on the side, and that helps me if I'm ever lost and I don't know what I'm going to do. I can flick through some old doodles and see what I've done previously, and I can utilize those and copy them and transfer them onto a page like this. Or you might want to look in a reference book and see what is in there and just copy out of that. Or you might be clever enough to just get something out of your mind and put it on to your page, and that is brilliant. Sometimes looking outside, looking into a garden or into a green space, you get some inspiration from there. You might find some flowers or some greenery that inspires you, and you can bring it into the house and then copy that. Or find your favourite YouTube artist and just paint along or draw along with them. A lot of the flowers I'm just layering up, just putting one shape down and putting another shape on top of, say, their petals. So making them just get bigger and bigger by continually putting shapes around them. I think if you think art as a load of shapes that you're drawing, so if you wanted to draw, say, an animal or a person, if you look at the structure of them and break that down into shapes, instead of thinking about the whole thing, and it becomes very overwhelming. So if you just break it down into small little shapes and build on that, then it's less intimidating and you seem to be able to work better with that in mind. So I'm doing some kind of leaf shapes here, just all they are little round circles on little sticks. And then this one I'm doing is sort of like a jaggedy kind of leaf. And again, it's just on a stick and just adding some more on that stick that comes down. So I thought I'd experiment with this video and just slow it down a little bit, see whether that's an improvement for you, whether people want to draw along or whatever. So I just thought I'd give it a go. So let me know if you like it a bit more sped up, or is this the kind of speed you like videos? I'd love to hear from you. So I hope you like this, and I hope you get to try. As you can see, it's so easy to do. It's just a bit of fun and it really gets you in that zone. And if you like this, maybe you'll consider liking and subscribing. That would be really great. Or leave me a comment. I love hearing about what you're up to, what your art journey is, and whether you're going to try this and what colours you use. It's really, really interesting. If you struggle with hearing this video or you think there could be some improvements, please let me know. I always look for feedback on my videos and I will come back to you as soon as I see your comments. So I've got a Uniball broad white pen here, and I thought it'd be quite interesting to do some little lines in between those blue marks, and I think it just adds a little bit more interest, especially when you look at the page. It's sort of, your mind's a bit like, oh, what's going on here, and your mind wants to have a look and see whether it can work it out. So it takes a few seconds for your eyes to say what's actually going on. So just going round in between those blue marks, adding little dashes. I find this kind of thing really quite relaxing. You're doing repetitive paint marks and you don't have to think about it. You're just concentrating, making sure that you're not get it on those blue marks. And it really centers your mind, takes your mind off all sorts of worries and problems, and just makes you relax. So when you've filled all of those spaces up, then you can heat up your tape. I suggest doing. It just comes off a lot easier and you won't rip your page. So I'm just peeling off that tape there, and then I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can have a look at some of that detail. So I think that's been rather fun to do. I found it quite interesting. It was one of those pieces where I think I start something and then I really don't know where it's going to go, and I just keep adding until I'm happy with it. So really enjoyed doing that, and I hope you do too. And it's been lovely sharing some time with you, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay then, have a great day. Bye.